Hello everyone, we're back again. The 10th anniversary continues. And what are we on? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, week 8 and track 8 of the album. Just a kind of little ditty really that we did happened purely by accident. I was working part-time in a primary school while I'd spent years working in journalism, and I packed it and got very disillusioned with the whole world of journalism after decades, and was going back to university, and I was doing a history degree part-time and working in a primary school part-time while I was doing the degree. And one day I was doing music and stuff in there, and working as a teaching assistant. And one morning, one of the teachers said to me, "Oh, there's like a guitar group, and they're going to do an assembly, but the guitar teacher can't. He's ill or something. He can't make it. He can't turn up. Can you go in and sort of sit through it with them and help them get through it?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't play the guitar. I don't have a clue how these poor kids didn't know how to tune the guitars or anything, and they were kind of trying to cobble the way through." But what they were all going to play was this song by Guilani, Andante in C, which is, when they started playing it, I immediately associated it with, do you remember the Tales from the Riverbank? And so I kind of picked it up on the piano and kind of put something together to underpin it, so that, to mask any kind of any jazz that was going on from these kids while they were trying to play this. And then I was round, we'd got together to carry on with working on songs for the first album, and I had the Glockenspiel by then, and I think I was just picking it out on the Glockenspiel, and the other two must have been like, what's that, we just started messing about with it, Andy started playing along on the banjo, and Simon got his harp out. And before you know it, we're just having a little jam for a bit of fun around this thing that I'd been doing in the school. And then we kind of thought, actually, because it is quite a dark record, it might be nice to, put something in that had that sort of, slightly lighter touch to it, just to break things up a bit. The sonic sound bed of it still works. It still had that music box quality, that simple music box quality that we were trying to sort of thread through everything. And started just putting some words to the melody of it. Because it was felt very, I suppose it's because of the Tales of the Riverbank thing. It feels like that whole kind of, old British TV programs of the 70s and 80s, and so we kind of thought, right, okay, let's keep it in theme. So I put this idea together of the idea of, I suppose in that whole Tales of the Riverbank thing, people coming round and visiting, and dropping in and winding the willows, and Ratty and Mole visiting everyone, and kind of spending a bit of time with them and having a cup of tea and and some sandwiches. And so it was this idea of kind of visitors and movement and people coming, but the idea of sort of the humbleness of that approach, and those characters never bring negativity, do they? They always bring sort of a smile and a bit of joy. And I suppose that was the idea of like, well, let's kind of have that idea of, if you bring the sunshine and the smile, if you like to humbly while away an hour or two, then that's okay. You'll always be welcome here. And that lovely sample, about the tea and the sound of the kettle boiling, and that old sort of 1950s type sound sample that Andy unearthed of the woman, saying, "Oh, lovely cup of tea." It's just great. It's a very slight song, let's be honest, but I think it's charming. It's lovely, and we hadn't played it I don't even think when we first were doing this record we played it. Very rarely. We played it a handful of times, and then we decided we'd do it for the acoustic sessions that we'd been doing recently, and it was great. And we kind of were like, you know what, we're going to actually start doing this a bit more now. We're going to start revisiting this song again. So I expect to see Polite Society appearing soon. And of course, what you're going to watch is going to be the acoustic session we did of Polite Society. So I hope you enjoy it. All right. If you say you're coming round for tea, wait a minute while I check my diary, because I'm not so sure if I want you through my door. Not sure if you're welcome. If you bring the sunshine and a smile, if you like to humbly while away an hour or two, then that's okay. I have to say, you will always be welcome. It's not everyone who can make a good cup of tea. Bit of a dying art these days.